Hello, good evening. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous coming to you Friday night, stepping into your life to give you a few tools and tips and techniques as you go through the trauma and after the trauma of divorce. This is a life changer. It's always a life changer as we go through it, and it's a frightening life change. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. How do I face my new life without being so fearful? Or, as I put up there, facing the fears of my future after divorce. I have about 6 points here that I want to go through, just to encourage you and hopefully give you some insight as to how this process is going to work. First of all, of course, I want to say May 20th. Ooh, coming up this week, new group starts. It is hybrid, and it is not too late for you to register and jump inside. We would love to have you. It is a relatively small group, be 10 to 15, and people from all over the country, some out of the country, and wherever you find yourself in this process, if you're in the thick of it, if you're just beginning it, or you're ending it, or you have divorced and you're still needing to process what has happened to you, this is a group for you. So connect with me. I will send you a registration form and we will get the healing started. Okay, facing the fears of my future after divorce. So the divorce is ended for some of you, and all of a sudden you're looking at this blank slate in front of you called your future. And it's terrifying. It is, because that which you were counting on and you were planning on and making your life around has now disappeared. And you are looking at this incredible possibility in front of you, but you don't see it as a possibility. You see it as fearful and daunting. And there's a reason why. First point, you're afraid because you don't know the future. And the unknown is terrifying. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'll have enough money to live and provide for myself on my own. I don't know what the future is for my kids. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It can be so fearful. And it really is important the perspective that you're going to take as you look into your future. In fact, right now, I don't know if you can hear it, it's thundering outside. We had tornado warnings, sirens going off, all kinds of chaos last night. Tonight, we're having another storm. I hear the lightning. I don't hear the sirens, but it's raining. And storms can be very scary because you don't know what's going to happen, especially if you had a tornado siren. You don't know what's going to happen. And so you're fearful. And that's understandable because you don't know what the future is going to be. Well, the good news is you don't have to play a passive role in creating it. And that's one of the reasons why I have this program with this book. It's an 8-week program called Building Your Life After Divorce. We use this book, which coincides with the other workbook, and we start looking forward. We start looking into the future and what we want our future to be. Because the reason we're so afraid is because we don't think that we have any control of it. And we do. We do have control of it. We do have important decisions to make. And that's why sometimes a group and some structure of a group that I lead can help you formulate some ideas, some rememberings of what your passions were and who you were before this chaos of divorce ensued. You're afraid because you don't know the future. So to be able to face the future and the fears, first of all, you have to have worked through the process of divorce to now be able to look forward. If you are in the middle or the beginning of divorce and you're in the thick of it, you cannot see the future. You can't. You can't. Mentally, emotionally, physically, you cannot see the future. And that's okay. That is okay, because you know what? It's okay to be where you are in this chaos, in this insecurity, in all of this disorientation. It's okay, because that's where you are. And that's okay. That's what you have to build on and from. But first, you have to work through that process. You've got to work on the grieving and starting the healing and taking care of that business before you can begin to look forward. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I know it's true. I know it's true. Because I've worked with people for the past 20 years, hundreds of men and women going through divorce. And I know their mental state, and it is raw, and it is surviving or trying to survive sometimes. So, in facing the fear and beginning and working on that future, again, 8-week program coming up, probably about 10 weeks at this point, is going to be an opportunity for you to look at all aspects of your life and develop a plan, a new life declaration that we work on. So, you have to find your heart and what you want. And now, if you are like 99.9% of the people that I work with who have completed my course in ISM, what do you want? They will say to me, I don't know. I don't know what I want. Again, it's important for you to understand that that is normal. You probably want peace, first of all. And this is an intentional process of finding what is my heart telling me? What do I want with the rest of my life? What do I want? More importantly, what does God have for me? What are his plans? Because I would never want you to develop a plan on your own without including and praying, God, show me. Because my time is much more limited today than it was even yesterday, and certainly years of the past. It's a process. It's a process. Some of the things of your past and present are not going to fit into your future. We go through a really fun exercise. I think it's fun. We call it a garage sale of the home and heart in this book and in this 8-week course. And we look at what no longer fits. There are many things that no longer fit in our lives. There are many emotions that no longer fit, the blame, the shame. There are many things that have been in the past, in the present, that just don't fit in your future. And you need to decipher and figure out, have the wisdom to discern what those things are. So you're not just picking up and carrying on. Oh no, you're creating something new, entirely different and beautiful. And part of that process is letting go of the things of the past. So as you are facing your future and dealing with your fears, there's something that you need to understand. If you want to create a new life, that nothing's going to change without taking risk. I'm not talking about stupid risk. I'm talking about healthy, good risk. It might be showing up at places, stepping out, asking friends over for lunch, doing those things that maybe don't feel comfortable to you. And yet, if you want to face the fear of your future, you need to develop these new relationships and new friends and new community. Because let's face it, you have lost many of the past, right? So nothing is going to change And that in itself is a fearful thing sometimes, especially if you're introvert. It's like, I don't want to step out. I don't want to, I'll respond if people ask me, but I don't want to be the one to step out. Here's the risk. I challenge you to. What are those things? Yes, it's scary, but do it anyway. Nothing's going to change with that risk. And the last one, it's time to make a plan. It's time to start the process of a future and a beautiful life that awaits you. So many of the people that I have worked with, I eventually see them later, and like years later, or they pop up on Facebook, or I run into them on the street, and that's very true. And when I see them, it's like, whoa, who are you? You're not the same person that was in my group. You know why? Because they made a plan. They were intentional. They started a process of building a new life after divorce. Letitia commenting, thank you, who said, great program. You don't have to go through the process by yourself. Absolutely. This is too difficult to go through by yourself, right? It's just too difficult. Make a plan, start the process. Of course, I have some scriptures that I want to share with you because that's where the rubber meets the road. The truth comes in, it brings it home. Promises of God. I know the plans that I have for you, plans for good and not for evil. This version says welfare. It means good things, to give you a future and a hope. Book of Psalms. And now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you. You know, there's another scripture I probably should have put up here, is those who hope in the Lord will not be disappointed. This I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I've seen it. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in hundreds of other lives. There is life after divorce. I understand that you're afraid because it's unknown, just like the storm that's going on right now outside my window. But there is a beautiful plan for the rest of your life. Step into the process. Take the course. 8 weeks. This workbook. Take the course. Have a plan. No one is showing up at your door handing you your life. It's up to you to create it. That is terrifying, and it's also beautiful. Because that clean slate is yours to create the masterpiece life that you would have, that God longs for you to have. What's out there? I also do some life coaching after divorce. If you have any interest, this is individual work that I do. What's out there? Maybe the darkness that's out there is really just a shadow of something wonderful coming your way. I know it's fearful at times, but the possibilities are so beautiful. I hope you can open your eyes and start embracing the beauty of what's coming into your life. If you step out in faith and you ask God, show me this plan. Show me this plan that I have for you. He will not disappoint. He will guide you. He will show you. He will bring you into it. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, walking with you every step of the way through the trauma and after the trauma of divorce. Have a good evening.